Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our bonus episode of From the Couch. We have Peter, we have Aiden. How are you boys doing today?
Doing good, doing good. How about
I
yourself, Peter?
I am right now recovering from the Final Four. Obviously, for those that don't know, I was at the Final Four. Illinois lost. I am still recovering, but it's nice to see you, boys. For
Good to
those that
see
don't
you.
know, they're in the Smoky Mountains. Basically, being cabin boys. So, how you guys doing?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
man.
not only are we in the Smokies, but we're also joined from a special guest, our very own brother, Mr. Ethan Hunt.
What's up? What's up, crew? I'm happy to be here, and this is gonna be fun.
Happy to have you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We
awesome.
got we got a few special things
Yeah,
to talk about. Um so not in this episode, but we will cover eventually. We're going to talk about everything with Illinois losing out and just obviously the winner of March Madness. We will cover that here in our next episode when we do get back. So for now, we're actually going to have a little bit of fun. So if you guys take a look, you will see there is a diagram that we're going to talk about. Essentially, basically covering everything that we talk about within the sports world and kind of picking and choosing which we would rather have. So for our viewers out there, you guys are going to see a diagram. It's going to have a would you rather, basically a choosing of A or B. So option A is the Masters, the MLB postseason, college football playoffs, and the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now, option B is the NFL playoffs, March Madness, NBA playoffs, and the FIFA World Cup. Boys, which option would we pick?
Um, I guess I will lead us off here. I'm taking B personally. I love March Madness. I think it's the greatest event probably in sports. uh, right next to the World Cup, which is probably the greatest event in sports worldwide. Uh, Now, the NBA playoffs, I hardly watch the NBA, but it is fun to, watch a good run from, just whatever team, like the OKC or the Pacers last year was a fun run to watch before Tyrese Halliburton got hurt. Could have been a really exciting game seven if he didn't get hurt, but that was exciting. And then the NFL playoffs, obviously, always want to try and see our team when the Super Bowl. Obviously sucks that the Steelers suck, so we don't actually get to see them ever try and win a Super Bowl, it feels like. But for me personally, I think this is being a landslide. Even though I do love the Stanley Cup playoffs, I do love the college football playoff, and I do love the MLB playoffs. And I haven't watched too much of the Masters, though I am getting into golf.
Peter, go ahead.
Go ahead, Peter.
Uh, personally, for me, I think this is A. I think that really, personally, for me, I think the college football playoff and the NFL playoffs are like a trade off. I think they're one the same. They don't uh really do much to me because I think the environments for postseason for college football and for the NFL, I just feel like it's meh. It feels more like corporate than it actually does feel like an in like regular season game environment that actually means more. I think the Masters personally, it's a very, very underrated crowd, especially in terms of environment. Um, like really, like some of the best like moments is like Tiger Woods winning 2019 or Roy McIlroy last year when he finally got over the hump. Like the crowd was like very into it, and they're right behind like those golfers like overcoming incredible feats and incredible problems in their careers. And trust me, a golfing environment that where the crowd is engaged is awesome. Like I haven't been a part of it yet, but from the people that I do know that I have gone to PGA events, they say it's awesome. It's incredible. Obviously, like there's the whole like, oh, like you got to respect the course rules and all that. Um, but I think that the Masters is like everyone says it's one of the marquee events you have to go to. And really, I think you guys are sleeping a lot on the Stanley Cup playoffs. I personally love Stanley Cup playoffs. Like best crowd environment, I think in postseason sports. Period. And then right behind this MLB postseason, like dude, having like 45 to potentially 60,000 people in a stadium just absolutely go ballistic on a go-ahead home run is easily one of the best crowd pops you're going to get on TV, but also one of the best environments you're going to get to be a part of postseason wise.
I would have to say I would go with A, and there's not a big basis on it, just of my knowledge to any of these things. I obviously know more about college football and whatever, but I think for me personally, it's just like I feel like the first one is more. They'll have less. I like there's like less politicalness to to A. I feel like they're like I'm just watching sports. I'm not watching seeing who in the NBA playoffs who they their political people that they follow, whatever. I like, especially with college football with Ohio State, like the last couple years, they've been very like we love the Lord. There's like a a revival, if you like to say that, in college, especially because of that. And I like seeing stuff like that. Um, but in terms of the sport in general, I think I just love college football just because. I mean, I love watching the Buckeyes, and you can watch a lot of fun games that happen, especially when it comes to the playoffs. Now that it's been expanded, you know, once and maybe again, obviously that can be very interesting to see. But I think it's good for the sport to like expand that a little bit. Um, and then like MLB postseason, obviously I'm more of a baseball guy, anyways. And playing like slow pitch softball, I'm really like been getting into more baseball, softball stuff because of that. And so I think especially going to games is fun in general, and it's helped me get into it a little bit more. So I think, but I don't know. I think especially over the last few years, with like the pitch clock going down and stuff, it's helped me enjoy baseball even more. I feel like it's sped up the game a little bit, and I don't know. Now it's less boring to me. I don't know if this necessarily makes it too much sense, but just for me personally, it's just like I don't know. It's just fun because now that I play it in a different way,
Kind of gives you
it's
like
just
you've experienced it yourself and
yeah.
makes you appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah, because I would say I get competitive, and then I want to see my team do good, and especially after like the Reds run a few years ago when Ellie first came in and into the crowd, like that was just like electric, and I love seeing that. And now I'm just like I'm more into it because of that. Masters, obviously, I'm not like a super big golf guy, but I don't have too much to say about that. Um, and then Stanley Cup, hockey in general, I like going to see those games and stuff is like it's super fun. Like you wouldn't think like oh just the guys skating on ice, but like I don't know, it's just fun. You see people slamming each other into walls and stuff, and it gets very competitive. I think I would rather watch that stuff than the all the stuff from B, but I don't know. That's just me personally.
Yeah. It's interesting. You guys all made like really good points, and just as I've been sitting here, I initially think I knew what I wanted to pick, but now I'm honestly feeling a little bit torn. Aiden made some good points. We talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they haven't had a lot of NFL playoff success, for over a decade. Whereas I can go watch my collegiate team, Ohio State, and they've consistently made the playoffs, at least ever since the conception of the expanded playoffs. And things have just looked so great for them that it's made things a lot more enjoyable to go watch them play versus the NFL. So that gives one reason where I could possibly choose A. Um, Ethan made a good point about the postseason, and maybe for the longest time, I didn't follow the MLB much closely. Not really until the last few years. Maybe especially like when Ellie De La Cruz had joined the team and things got a little more exciting for me. And seeing that player, just how he performs, they just had an incredible game last night with a comeback that was led by Ellie getting us up to leading us to the tie, which was really incredible, and that gets me more excited about Reds baseball. And I know we maybe haven't had a whole lot of postseason success, but I think maybe it allows me to appreciate the MLB a little bit more. In terms of like March Madness is a tough one because every year, every single fan, they look forward to March Madness. This is the biggest time of year, and I mean now we're just now coming off of this March Madness high, and just all the excitement that was surrounding it has been truly incredible and makes things so exciting for that. NBA playoffs, it's kind of honestly has gone down a little bit for me the past couple years. Um, you know, I'm a big Lakers fan, but I don't know. I think Ethan mentioned a little bit of politics and stuff that gets played into that, and has maybe just dwindled my NBA fandom just a little bit. But so and then you got the FIFA World Cup. I mean, again, this is the biggest sports event in the entire world. There's no doubt about that. I mean, the USA is getting ready to host it here this year, and I know I'm really looking forward to that. I'm very excited for it. Stanley Cup. I didn't obviously don't follow a lot of hockey, but Aiden has made me appreciate it a little bit more with the Columbus Blue Jackets. I went to a Florida Panthers game back at the end of December, and again, hockey can be a lot of fun. Seeing these guys, I don't know how these guys stand on ice skates. They're experts, and seeing them just have to play with hockey pucks and getting their hockey sticks out there, like I couldn't imagine doing that. Those guys are very talented, and I think hockey could arguably be one of like the most difficult sports, which allows me to appreciate a little more. Been getting into golf a little bit more too as well, and so the Masters, I do have a lot more appreciation for golf. I know Peter, you of course being a very big golf guy, so you got your shirt on there. Um, but so probably don't follow the Masters too much, but it does make things exciting. So I would say overall, I probably would have to go with A. And I think the primary reason I'm choosing A is because of the Buckeyes. That's the team that I've followed and has had obviously a lot more success compared to my teams on option B. So I guess overall, I'm gonna have to say I'm going with A.
So we have three
Yeah,
A's and one B. B being
yeah.
me. Go ahead, Peter.
I personally think that A is. Yeah, I'm just talking about like from my perspective. It's based on crowd environment, right? I think it like for like watchability too. Like you could say like, the NFL like B is probably better because it's like for FIFA World Cup like internationally speaking, like people are more like involved watching it than like let's say like A is because like A is more accessible. Because it's like people can get into the playoffs pretty easily. But I think A has like a lot more like crowd ambiance, if that makes sense. Like more interactivity with the crowd, like both like watching it on television and being in person than B does. And I've been to March Madness games like that were like in the round of like 64 and the round of 32. I hate to break it to you guys, like it's not a lot of people that are there. The only people that are there are like people that enjoy basketball, a very small fandom of the teams that are playing, and really media personalities that are there just to watch their favorite team or just watch the team that are as close to them locally. And that's, I think, the biggest problem with March Madness, the fact that they need to go back to putting teams in regional pockets, then rather than like, hey, like Ohio State, go to Sacramento, California and play in the round of 64 at 11 a.m. Where I'm like, why don't you put them in, I don't know, like put them in a regional pocket in like, let's say they play in Cleveland or what, like I don't understand like why we can't get like regional pockets where fandoms can drive to those events and like participate in those events, and they could elevate March Madness to saying, hey, like maybe now like we have a conversation between A and B.
I think that's a really good point too. I mean, especially if you look at the college football playoffs with the expanded teams that they have now at this point. Now colleges have an opportunity to play a playoff home game, so they're able to get their crowds to their home stadium and pack that place. And I know football obviously succeeds, and these a lot of these fans are going to travel no matter where their team plays. But it's just another advantage of saying, hey, if we put them closer to, their home stadium or home arena in this case, those crowds are going to show up, and that's going to get more people excited about it. Whereas if you take them halfway across the country, it's going to be a little more difficult to get those crowds to show up.
Peter, I think you have unknowingly actually given B a better argument, because in terms of world football, and I'm not talking American football, I'm talking soccer football. You go to any pool match, any pool play match, any, even the early knockout stages of a World Cup, and that stadium is packed to the brim. They got fans with the drums in there. I mean, those environments are about as electric as they come. And I have never been to a game, but I mean, it's bucket list, like, especially with it being in North America this year. I mean, I have like it is my dream essentially to go to a World Cup match. And I think it's hard to argue against the 1.6 probably billion viewers the World Cup's going to get, as opposed to, the college football playoff, which will get what, 300 million combined total, like over the course of the playoff probably. Like, I just think there's really because I mean, you're gonna have people, from Japan flying in. You're gonna have German people flying in. I mean, even some of the teams that didn't make the cut, which, like, they're that big of fans of football that they're gonna come out and they're gonna go and support, any team to go watch the World Cup. I mean, it's that big of a draw. I think, and March Madness, you brought up a good point with the whole region, stuff like that. I do think that hurts March Madness for sure. Again, we've already kind of touched on NBA, where I don't really think anyone here kind of cares for the NBA these days. Um, but even same with the NFL though. The NFL is a growing fan base internationally. Obviously we have the international games these days, and I think that could be a big draw eventually to, and I don't know if they necessarily should do this, but to where you could see a Super Bowl in Brazil, or in London.
That'd be insane.
I don't think it'll happen necessarily, at least not anytime soon if it does. But there is a world where that could happen. Again, me personally, this also speaking as, of everyone sitting here, I'm the only soccer fan really out of any of us. And that, stems from a background of 13 years or so of my life being dedicated to it. So obviously I hold it in a much higher regard than the average US sports fan. So in me, I think B is pretty much like not a landslide maybe, but it's a pretty easy decision in my opinion.
I think with the FIFA World Cup, to kind of support Aiden, like, it is like a marquee, like, people will fly out to X country to go watch it. And I agree with that. My biggest problem is the fact that it's kind of like the Olympics, where it's like, yeah, it's a marquee event, but you don't actually like get invested until it actually happens. You know what I mean? Where it's like during the MLB postseason, like everything leading up to it's like, yeah, I'm engaged if like the Reds or the Cardinals or the Yankees, Red Sox, whoever it might be, get close to the postseason. Same thing with the Stanley Cup playoffs. Like the Masters, it's like you can lump that in with the Olympics. The fact that you're not really like following it unless like you're a super hardcore fan. Same thing with the FIFA World Cup. It's like you're not as invested into it on like a weekly to almost like daily basis, unless like you're in the trenches, like following the sport. But like I think like for the FIFA World Cup, like again, like I would love to go to a FIFA World Cup game, but I personally would get like more invested if I went to like a Premier League match rather than I would for a FIFA World Cup game, because I think there's more like on the line and like the fandom is more local. But I could definitely see like the national aspect, because like I think that FIFA and Olympics are like lumped in the same, at least in my mind.
I
That's
think
fair.
I think it really just comes down to, I mean, obviously all of this is primarily subjective. I personally could say, like, objectively speaking, I could see how we make it be. Subjective reasons, I think what it really comes down to is based off of the success of our own teams and seeing how they've performed, giving us reasons. Like, again, between the success of all of my teams that I root for, there's probably been more success in option A than I have had in option B. Ohio State, they've obviously have had some woes in March Madness. The Steelers, again, not making they make the playoffs, but they get out the first round.
It's college football playoff, by the way.
And and then A again, Ohio State has had the most success out of any of my teams, in the past decade. So it's all subjective for sure.
Yeah, any final thoughts there from the fellas? If not, I do have one more little segment just for us. It'll be a quick little hitter, and then we can tie a knot on this one.
I think when it comes to college football playoff, and not that March Madness doesn't have a lot of underdogs. Obviously, it does. Like there's a lot of 16 seed upsets, and they go deep. Maybe not always win it, but I don't know. Like who would have thought like Indiana would have won the college football playoff this past year? Like yeah, you usually like, especially in the last like 10 years, it's like oh, you have Ohio State, you had Clemson, you have Bama, you have Georgia, have all these like great teams, and I feel like especially now with NIL and everything coming into play, and certain coaches that people want to play for. I mean, sometimes these lower end teams, or at least lower end teams in the conference that you would think, might not do as much. Like I didn't expect Indiana to win it all this year. I expected them to be good. I didn't expect them to like win it all. Um, I think there could be more of a variety, especially now, like I said, with NIL, that you can have more of an underdog win it all. I really like that about college football playoff, but I don't know, I think that's all I got about that.
Any final thoughts, gentlemen? That's it? Okay. So, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and just give us one little. I'm gonna give you guys 6 movies, and it's up to you whether you want to rank them together. But you get one S tier, one A tier, one B tier, C tier, D tier, and F tier. That's 6 total movies. I'm gonna give you 6 of them, and then you guys can either again work together, or if you'd rather go on your own, I'll let you guys make that decision. Put them in your tier list.
Now,
So
what kind are these all like
these are
sports
sports
movies?
movies. Yes, these
Okay,
are all sports movies.
okay.
So how do you guys want to do that?
I think I like the idea of us working together to see where we would put them on this list.
That sounds fine with me.
So is this like a blind rank? Like you go one
Yes,
by
this is
one
a
with like
blind rank. Yes,
tier.
sir. Blind ranking.
Okay,
Oh
yeah,
boy.
blind
Okay.
ranking.
Yeah. So
Yep.
we got to work with this. We got to work with this.
So basically, we have to choose wisely on where we put it.
Yep.
then.
I will tell you this is going to be very difficult because I'm only giving you straight bangers. pretty
Oh
much.
gosh. Oh gosh.
And so on that note, I'm going to start off with what is probably one of my personal favorite sports movies of all time, Miracle.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Wait. So we
Oh,
got
gosh.
S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and F tier.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh. I know I said I don't follow hockey quite as much, but man, that's a good movie.
It's a really good movie. It's probably the best hockey movie out there.
I mean, I can't really think of a whole lot of hockey movies out there, but I think when you're thinking of hockey and you're thinking of a movie, Miracle is the one that comes to mind, no doubt.
I think personally, I don't think I've ever seen it. But if it's about hockey, not that it couldn't be a good movie, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be less popular because it's not like, I don't know. I feel like like football movies and baseball movies are more popular, but
I guess I
don't know anything about
it's-
it really. So
I guess I know what we're showing you.
It's got probably the best speech in a sports movie of all time.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
That's true.
I'm personally fine with throwing this in like B tier.
I mean,
probably
I
C
was
tier.
gonna. I was thinking, yeah, I think it's always probably wise to maybe start in the middle. We can't just. I don't think we can ever rank the first one to be the best. So I would say.
I would say
I would
C
say.
tier.
I was gonna say C.
I trust that. I
Yeah.
trust the C.
C tier. So
C
C
tier.
tier all around. All right. That's interesting because I would have probably put that S tier because I love that movie. But that's just me.
It's
All right, so
got the best speech ever in a
Agreed.
sports movie.
We'll have to rank next best
Also,
sports speeches.
shout out to it being based off a true story as well. But
True.
so up next, I'm going to give you shout out to the hometown, Rudy.
Oh. Okay. The question is, do we believe that Rudy was offsides?
He was.
He was 100% offsides.
Offsides.
I don't know. I mean, Rudy is like I just feel like there's just not a lot of good football sports movies out there. I could be crazy in saying I'm
I,
crazy saying
I'm
that. I watched
I'm
it and I'm not like moved by Rudy.
I don't think you're crazy about that. I was gonna say I feel like there are better football movies out there, in my
Agreed.
opinion.
I think especially it's more of like going over the story of a guy who's like like he's kind of the underdog, obviously, but it's just like it's kind of less about football in a way, but more just like, oh, this guy has heart, and like that's awesome that he wants to like play football or whatever and gets this sack or whatever. Like, so I don't think it's necessarily like it is a football movie, but I feel like it's like it's just it's more about like his life in a way in that, and not like, oh, like big huge sports games. It's, I don't know, it's like all about just one play that he made. So I don't feel like it's not like, because of that
Right.
it's I don't know, I feel like it has to be like lower than C. I feel like.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but because it's obviously based off of the true events, but I believe in the movie they did rework a few things in the movie,
They did
correct?
say there was
They
a
did.
lot that was, yeah, pretty Hollywood dramatized, if you will.
I think in my opinion, just based off of that fact, I would probably put it below Miracle.
I probably put it in D tier too. I think that there's a lot better sports movies out there, and I think Miracle itself is a better movie than Rudy.
I agree.
So we got C and D tier already off the board. That leaves you little room for anything lower, obviously. All right.
Mhm.
Up next, we're gonna go Rocky 4.
Gosh,
That's
you
got
know
the
how I
best
feel
movie
about
villain of all
my
time in a
Rocky
sports
movies.
movie.
I'm like, so I feel like I have a little bit of like a childhood to this, because I literally had a thing at church where I had his outfit and I was like interviewing, and then Drago was there and I'm like fighting him or whatever. It was like, and I did a whole montage,
Those were
training
good times.
montage with this. So like, it definitely brings me back, and I definitely not like, that was a lot of my motivation when it came to like working out and stuff. Obviously, that has nothing to do necessarily with the movie and being a sports movie,
It
but
just it inspired
yeah,
you.
yeah.
It inspired you a
I don't
lot.
want to. I don't want to say that the nostalgia is going to make me want to rank it super high, but I feel like it's such. It's not like, yes, it's still like underdog, but he's going to win. Like, kind of, you kind of almost know that he's going to win anyways. But it's like he still goes through a lot of trials, a lot of errors. Obviously, loses his best friend. And then obviously has to like face his ultimate challenge. It's like, this is unbeatable. And I feel like even the fight, obviously, with Drago at the end is just like it's literally cinema. Like, and like the music and everything. I
True.
feel like it's a top.
I was gonna say you include the music in that, pretty iconic. I mean, you talk about motivation in the gym. I use some of those songs quite a bit, and just listen to those. That gives some motivation. Make me feel like I'm Rocky.
Yeah, it's also got like the best like villain in a sports movie of all time.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
Ivan Drago, like the iconic line, "If he dies, he dies."
Yeah, that's
You
tough.
just murdered a dude in a boxing ring. He just didn't care.
Right.
I
It's
would be
pretty
fine if
crazy.
I would. I mean, this is like the very pinnacle of like '80s sports movies too. Like
Hmm.
it's in that realm of like '80s nostalgia, height of the Cold War, USA versus Russia, that type of stuff.
Yeah,
Again,
there's
I
definitely
haven't
that
seen Rocky
undertone.
4 in a hot minute too, so I leave it up to you boys. I think it. I mean, we got like S, A, B, and F. I
Yeah, you have
definitely think
S, A,
it's.
B, and F.
I'm
I think it's between A
personally,
and B.
and I know you and me have seen Miracle, Peter, and Ethan hasn't, but in my opinion, I might choose Rocky over Miracle. I would probably put it in B tier.
I'd probably
I'd be
say,
fine with that.
I mean, I guess if you want to put a B tier, I feel like it's an A movie, but
You never know. There could be another good movie.
there
I
could be,
mean,
there could be.
I think we're torn between B and A then, huh?
We can put it in B tier. That's fine.
Yeah, I think we're good with B tier.
Okay, so B tier for Rocky 4. Up next, I've got another just in my opinion, I mean, just obviously phenomenal movie. We're gonna go 42, the Jackie Robinson story.
Mm.
I'm just gonna
This
let
is
this
like
known.
number.
I know this is shocking. I have actually not seen 42.
Whoa.
I haven't either.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
Wow.
Ethan
That's
hasn't either.
okay,
okay. We might.
okay.
We're
Ride with me. Ride with me on this.
listen.
Okay.
Hang on.
To
I'm gonna
me,
ride with you, Peter. But I am gonna call an audible. We'll go to a different movie just so it's more fair, something everyone's seen. But I am curious about what you have to say.
I would have personally put this probably in S tier. My opinion.
It
I think
is
it's like the second best, like right behind Moneyball. I think it's like the second best baseball movie of all time. It is really, really good. Like you can easily say that was like
Chadwick
Chadwick
Boseman does a
Boseman's like.
phenomenal job in it.
Rest in peace,
Well,
Chadwick
you
Boseman.
can
I
easily,
mean,
yeah, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, but like I think that's easily like his best performance in a movie personally, because like just like to like dive, because again, like mind, like we all read about Jackie Robinson, how he broke the color barrier and stuff like that, but it's like to kind of get an insight on what he had to endure throughout that first year where he was with the Dodgers is insane, and how like really he became about to become the first African American to be the baseball player. Like I remember watching this in theaters, and I love 42. And I personally would have been like arguing, saying like this should have been S tier movie because it's that good.
I've definitely seen some clips, and I've wanted to watch it. I just haven't gotten to it. But obviously, knowing the story of him, anyways, I feel like it's yeah. I would definitely like to see it. Like
for me, and again with Chadwick Boseman, I know everybody talks about how incredible his performance is, and so I definitely need to watch that for sure. But
I
I
don't know
have
if
no doubt that
did
one
he
is
win
definitely
any
regarded as
award.
one of the best sports movies.
Did they win any
And
awards?
did they win awards for it? I thought
I
Chuck
think he
Boseman
got
got like a
nominated.
award.
I
Yeah, I
think he
think I got
got
I thought he
nominated for
nominated.
did.
I don't
something.
know if he did. All right. Well, I guess based off that, we'll go ahead and move on to the next one, and I'm going to send us over to the original Space Jam.
So Space
This is
Jam is
oh man.
You have
it's
S, A, and F available.
it's
S, A,
great
and F.
because Space Jam, it not only is attuned to sports fans, but it also relates for kids. You just combine basketball and Looney Tunes together. Looney Tunes obviously being a phenomenal children's programming that a lot of people would watch, and you just said, hey, let's put this popular cartoon and pair it up with one of the best NBA players of all time. And so I think for that alone, that it makes it very phenomenal and relatable to all audiences, in my opinion.
I think this is like the pinnacle of like what D should have been. It's good, but it's not better than Miracle. It's not better than Rocky 4. Like obviously, like we didn't do 42, but it's like this like we should have moved Rudy to F personally. But so I just think for the sake of the fact that again, like Aiden's gonna pull out more bangers and we still have to like he's gonna pull another audible, he's gonna come up with another movie. I think we have to put this in F tier just for the sake of like we got to keep those top two spots open
I agree.
for the draft.
So
There's definitely gonna be
yeah,
some better movies out there.
I agree. So we'll put it in
F
an
tier.
F tier.
So, all
Yeah,
right. So
that's tough.
Space Jam to F tier. That's
It sucks,
that's
but
tough for the. All right.
Again,
Up
like
next.
if it was up to me, Rudy's an F and like
Yeah,
Space Jam's an D.
for sure. All right. So next we got S and A available, gentlemen. Okay. We have. Anyways, we have those two spots available. Um, up next, let's do the Sandlot.
I mean that's a classic. It's funny. It's like underdog, like not underdog, but it's like I don't know. They're trying to get a dumb ball back, obviously, but and it's just like, can they beat this beast and whatever? I think personally, people know that movie. Like that's like you hear Sandlot, oh, you think of Squints and Wendy Peppercorn, and you think of you think of the Great Bambino. Like I feel like it's such a classic. Obviously there's a lot of nostalgia you can have to it, but I feel like in terms of like the no ability, you can quote it, like everything about it. Like I feel like that's definitely like I don't know. I mean, obviously we have SNA left, but I would say that's probably one of the best sports movies of all time.
I would say S because it's like probably one of the best like summertime baseball. Like it encapsulates summer in like one movie. I think it's S tier.
And again, kind of talking about before, but it relates to all audiences. It's not just a sports movie, but they go through a lot of different antics that they get into, and a lot of families can enjoy a movie like that. Again, I think I speak maybe for us three. Is the growing up, this was probably one of our favorite baseball movies we ever watched, and
It's definitely
we
up
still enjoy it to this day. So I would definitely make an argument that it's an S tier level movie.
I agree.
All right, so is that S tier then across the board here
Yes.
from the fellas?
I'd say
Yes.
so.
All right,
Yeah.
S tier for Sandlot. So I'm gonna really quickly just rain off like 2, 3 honorable mention movies that I want to do, but just due to the nature of the graph, we can't. Just do a quick like each one will
Well, we
have their
got
own
A
ranking from each of
left.
you. What's up?
We have A left, right? We have A left,
Yes,
right?
you have you
Yeah.
have A left. So yeah, yep. So I'm just good, but I'm gonna name off 3 quick ones, and then like each of you give it your own ranking, essentially, like just really quickly.
Okay.
Like don't talk about it too much,
Gotcha.
just quick. Yeah. So we're gonna do Happy Gilmore.
D tier.
Peter said A tier.
No, I said D. D
Oh,
tier.
D tier. Oh, my fault. Okay. So
I'd say it's C tier.
C tier from Ethan and Levi.
I'm gonna give it an A for Adam Sandler.
Fair enough. All right. Next honorable mention. Let's go Hoosiers.
Ooh.
I can't say anything
I would
about that. I actually haven't seen it.
I would say B. Like it's one of the better basketball movies out there.
Have you not seen it either?
No, I've not seen it, so I have
All right,
say
so
that.
that's two
These
haven't
guys.
seen that. That's unfortunate from the fellas.
We got some
there.
work to do, I guess.
And the final honorable mention, we're gonna do the Karate Kid. The original Karate Kid.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give it a B.
I'll give that a B as well.
I think that's a B. Yeah, that's a B movie.
Yep. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and break your heart because this is the movie I was leading up to for your A tier movie,
Oh boy.
Moneyball.
I'm fine with that. I'm
That's-
fine with that.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with what you have available, or like especially out there on the board, I think Moneyball would have ended up A tier, at least on my personal list. But man, is that movie phenomenal or what?
I am
It's-
curious about I'm just curious about how your whole list of this thing would go too.
My ranking, uh, well, my S tier movie would have been Miracle. A tier probably would have been 42. Uh, well, I guess we didn't rank that one. So A tier actually for me would have been Rocky 4. My B tier would have been Moneyball. My C tier would have been probably Sandlot. D tier Space Jam, and last Rudy. Personally,
I think this list is just showing me how many movies I need to watch.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I think the biggest fumble that we had was we didn't put Rudy in F tier.
I agree.
Like, and we put Space Jam in F tier. I think that Space Jam is more enjoyable. Like, and here's the problem with Moneyball. Like, you would have to understand a lot of basic. Now, mind you, too, like there is some stuff that Moneyball did kind of BS their way through it, and they did leave out like some caveats. The fact that they had Barry Zito and they won the Cy Young. They had Miguel Tejada, he won an MVP, and they didn't really talk about them. It's about that fact that Billy Bean like was working with like nothing but like mismatched players, and like he led them to like this amazing run to win the AL West. And I'm like, but you got the Cy Young, the MVP on your team, and you didn't mention them.
that's a good point,
Like
Peter.
personally for me, like I think personal, like man, like that's crazy. 42's got it, but in terms of like pure baseball enjoyment, Moneyball is there. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. Any thoughts? I do like it's up to y'all. I could give you like 2 or 3 more if you want. It's up to y'all, or we can just go ahead and close her out. It's up to you, gentlemen.
I think give us like 2 to 3 more for honorable mentions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Honorable
Okay.
mentions, yeah.
So we'll just quickly read these out. I got Dodgeball.
Underdog Story, that dodgeball movie.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Ooh,
Who's in that?
That's Ben.
that's Vince Vaughn and Ben
It's Ben
Stiller.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was Ben Stiller. Okay. An enjoyable watch. I still don't think it's like anything special. Just I would say B.
B tier.
I give it a B again.
I give it a C.
See?
Yeah, I'd agree with Peter on C probably. We'll go then. Remember the Titans.
Now you're
gotta be
getting into
like
something real good
This is
there.
a much
in
better
my-
movie than
high
Rudy.
A maybe.
Much
Yeah.
better.
I'm
A
in my
tier.
opinion, I think this is one of the best football movies, if not like the best
Yeah.
sports movie, in my personal opinion. I'm gonna give this one an S.
Ooh,
I
high
give it A.
praise. Okay, next let's go. We Are Marshall.
I don't know anything
It's been a
about
while
it.
since
I'm
I saw
sorry.
that.
It's been a while since I've seen that one too, to be honest. So
I
I
can't
would
speak on
say,
that.
from what I remember about We Are Marshall, I think it's like B. But it's been a while since I need to go back and watch it again. But I think I'm gonna go with B.
okay, that's fair. We'll go two more here. One I don't know if any of you have actually seen. That being the Iron Claw.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it's a
I have
good
not
movie.
seen that.
I think that that's got to be like A. I think.
That might be, in my opinion, one of Zac Efron's probably best movies like he's ever been a part of. That movie is
I do things to you for sure. It'll definitely do things to you.
Yeah, I can't speak on it. I haven't seen it either.
cool. So for me, that's a clear S tier. And finally, we'll go with Coach Carter, Samuel L. Jackson.
Ooh.
To be honest, I did not know that
Okay.
he was in a in a sports movie.
Yeah, he is.
Have you seen
I would
that
say this
movie?
is like also like B tier. It's a really good basketball movie, but it's not the best one.
Yeah, that's yeah. I would probably agree with you. Well, I would maybe say A tier actually. I personally really.
It's teetering on that line. It's teetering on that line
Yeah.
between like A and B. Also, I did not know Channing Tatum is in that movie.
Yeah, he's one of the ball players. Channing Tatum is, yeah.
Like, I feel like it's just weird that Samuel L. Jackson and Channing Tatum like share a movie.
Yeah, no, very weird. All right,
Okay.
gentlemen, I guess with that,
We have a couch.
oh, we do
have
have
a
a couch.
couch.
Right.
So I figure for us, first off, I'm very honored that we get to have Ethan be on this podcast
Yes,
today.
thank you for joining us.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for
having
joining
me.
us,
It's
and
been fun.
we're excited that we get to have you rent this couch with us. So for our time here in the Great Smoky Mountains, here at our cabin, we have a beautiful couch that we've gotten to use. So, fellas, what are we thinking about this couch?
I mean, I guess I could just look at it. I don't have to look at the picture, but
Look right at it.
you know,
I have to look at the picture because I'm not in
Yeah.
Tennessee with you guys.
you know, we have a very similar. It's a patio furniture couch for anyone. I guess you'll see the picture. We have a very similar one at home that I enjoy. It has like less cushiony cushions. This one has actually like good cushions. So I'd give this. I would say this is a good couch for what it is. Like patio furniture. You know, it's not nothing special. Not nothing to write home about necessarily. But for me personally, I'll just keep it nice, short, sweet. I'm gonna give it like a 7.7.
I think you see this couch and it's 100% like, oh, these people have like a pool back there, like a hot tub or some kind of like nice patio. That's all I think about when I see this couch. Obviously it's not going to be like, I don't think it's going to be super comfortable necessarily. Like it's not something I'm going to just like chill on for like super long, but in just terms of the type of couch that it is, obviously it's not the intention it's supposed to bring out. But I don't know. I'll just give it a solid like seven rating. I think
Just 7 flat.
7 flat.
7 flat.
My experience alone, sat on it for a little bit, and again, great environment for it. Get a beautiful view of the mountains. I'm gonna give it a 7.
All right, another
7
7,
flat.
Peter.
7 flat.
What do you think, Peter?
This looks great. Again, like Ethan encapsulates his best. Like it's the perfect like outdoor couch. Like you don't have to worry about it. Like it's sitting outdoors. It looks comfortable. You can lay on it. You can like literally veg out too. Probably drink a couple of brewskis if you're into that. I would say
True.
this is like a nice like 7.9.
7.9. Okay.
That's a very fair rating.
Yeah.
And well, with
like
that, Ethan, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for
Levi,
having us on here.
thanks for being here with us.
We're
Peter.
very
And-
excited that we got to be able to do this in person. It's been a while since the boys have been
Yep.
together, so
And
we've enjoyed our trip here in the Great Smokies.
hopefully we can bring you more live content like this where we're all together. But for from the couch is Ethan, Levi. We got Peter. I've been Aiden. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for checking out this bonus episode. I know it's not like a long form episode, but I hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you guys later. Take care.